So what we're going to be able to enjoy now are the three presentations that we have. As was mentioned, from amongst the top three, just the two, and the commendable category as well. This is not going to be in any particular order as far as the presentation goes. The awards will be handed in due course at the end of all of the presentations. So what we do have now is a 15-minute presentation by those who will be coming up. Some are joint presentations, but whatever, 15-minute presentations. And we would like to open up the opportunity for you, if you choose, to ask them some questions, and they will be able to field answers. But that will be for about 5 minutes after the first 15 minutes. So without further ado, we go to the first of our presentations that we can enjoy, and I'd like to invite Mr. Ronald George, who will no doubt introduce the topic himself.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen and friends, good evening. Imagine Sri Lanka was playing a match with India, and the match is very close, and you're expecting a close finish, but as usual, Sri Lanka wins, as they do always. And at the interview, Ravi Shastri calls the two captains, Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Kumar Sangakkara, and then goes up to Dhoni and says, MS, what do you think went wrong in the match? And he will obviously turn around and say, Ravi, we got our basics wrong. And likewise, he would ask Kumar, the winning captain, so Kumar, tell me what went right? And Kumar, of course, in his lovely English accent will say, you know, we got our basics right. So what I'm going to talk to you about is we at Nations Trust Bank, HR, how we did our basics in order to transform a normal organization to a high-performing organization. Now, NTB is a young bank. We are only 10 years old. And if you take NTB, let me break it up into two segments, pre-2004 and post-2004. Pre-2004, HR was a personnel department where we were a support function. People were promoted on seniority, and also everyone got 2 months bonus whether they worked or not. Post-2004, obviously, HR first became a strategic partner and then went on to become a strategic driver, and also people were rewarded on their performance, and also the organization went from strength to strength. So please bear with me over the next 15 minutes as I take you on a journey and tell you exactly what we did in order to get this done. But before that, a quick introduction to the organization, which I think most of you would know. NTB commenced operation in 1999. So like I said, we are about 11 years old. Our main shareholders are John Keells Holdings and Central Finance. We acquired Overseas Trust Bank, MX Bank, and Standard Chartered Bank Kandy, and that started off our operation in 1999. We are the sole issuer and acquirer of MX credit cards. I'm sure most of you have your credit card in your wallet. In case you don't, you can meet me after the program, and I'll try to sell you one. Also, we merged with MLL in 2006, and we were also part of the HR Awards in 2008. Now, in 2004, we at HR decided there were 26 banks in the country, and we didn't want to be just another bank. We wanted to be something different. We always thought we can't be everything to everyone, but we can be something to someone. And therefore, NTB wanted to do something different. And so HR, along with the business line, sat together and decided what do we need to do. And obviously, as a start, we came up with a vision. Our vision is very simple. It is to make life simple. And then obviously we came up with a mission, which I will not go into detail. And then obviously we came up with our values. So you have your vision, your mission, and your values. And then we asked the business line, if you're going to achieve these three things, your vision, mission, and values, what sort of staff would you want? And they said the competencies of our staff we want is this. And we got 12 competencies from them. And these 12 competencies over the last 5 years have driven us when it came to resourcing, training, recruitment, rewards, whatnot. It has actually driven us. So we're looking at 12 competencies for the bank. Thereafter, Let me actually tell you what we did at HR. We broke ourselves into 4 pillars, as you would call 4 key result areas, and let me tell you exactly what we did in each of the result areas in order to change this organization around. And mind you, it may sound very simple, it may sound very basic, but I'll also tell you the challenges we had in order to accomplish this. Jim Collins says it's not about getting the correct people, but it's getting the correct people in the correct seats on the bus. And we spend a lot of time in getting the correct people on board. Branding is something which I think works top of our mind. For example, if I asked you, tell me a fast car, you would always think of Ferrari or Jag or something. If I were to ask you about something else, you will always think of the brand that stands on top of our mind. So likewise, we decided we needed to build a good brand. And we spent a lot of time building our employer brand. This was about going to schools, universities, colleges, career guidance sessions. Last Friday we were in Jaffna. So it's all about building your brand among the community. And the success stories, today you wouldn't see an advertisement of NTB in the papers asking for trainee banking assistants, because we get plenty, because that is the brand we have built over the past few years. Also, we said that seniority is not taken into account. We said that you don't have to have gray hair on your head to get promoted. You can actually have black hair and get promoted, because seniority is not important. All we want is your performance. Fast tracking has taken us a long way. Normally it takes 2 years for a trainee banking assistant to get confirmed, but we said if we find the correct talent, we want to fast track them and keep them with us within the course of 1 year. Staff turnover has taken a radical change. In 2004, our staff turnover was almost 24%, which means every 4 years you have new staff coming in. End of last year, our staff turnover was almost 8%. And let's say last year was a different type of a year. Obviously, 10% is something we are happy with. We have looked at different types of recruitment. Interviews obviously is bygone. We are looking at assessment centers, development centers in order to identify talent. And this has also been one of our success stories. We have a structured induction program. Our induction program goes on for a month. We have it in two segments. We have off the job, where they're in a classroom, and then we have on the job, where they actually get their hands dirty and learn the system. And this actually helps them to actually get into the culture and understand what exactly the bank wants them to do. Also, Northeast is a different type of challenge. We strongly believe at NTB that 2010 might be the best, will probably be the best year for Sri Lanka, and we are taking opportunities in the Northeast. Obviously, we can't try the same recruitment methods here. So it's like they say, different strokes for different folks. And we are trying different recruitment strategies, especially handling the Northeast community as well. So this is actually what we did in our recruitment and resourcing. Let me go to the next pillar, which is communication. Now, communication is something which is solely driven for me by the CEO. And if the CEO doesn't believe it or doesn't practice it, it will not fly. So that's something we are proud about, because we actually have open